Republican and Democratic congressional leaders expressed optimism Friday about reaching the deal by the end of the year to avert the looming fiscal cliff after what they said were constructive talks with President Obama. Senate Majority Leader Harry M. Reid D. Nevada said negotiators would work through the Thanksgiving break to forge an agreement, and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi D. California called for setting the Christmas deadline. Immediately after White House meeting, U.S. stocks shot up, going from negative to positive territory in a matter of minutes. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 113 points in the 30 minutes, gaining nearly 1%, after the talks ended and the four congressional leaders began speaking to reporters. Obama opened the negotiations with congressional leaders Friday morning on ways to avert an avalanche of automatic spending cuts and tax hikes. The four Republican and Democratic leaders of the House and Senate were unanimous after the initial round of talks and saying they were confident that they and the White House could agree on measures to raise federal revenue and cut spending before a January 1 deadline, when draconian provisions originally designed to force a compromise are scheduled to take effect. While all four stressed the urgency of solving the problem, none immediately provided specifics of how they intended to do so. Obama and House Speaker John A. Boehner of Ohio made no effort during the session to bridge their differences on tax rates, aides said. Boehner made clear that he wants the George W. Bush-era tax cuts extended for all taxpayers, leaving the top rate at 35%. Obama made clear that he has no intention of extending the Bush rates and that he prefers to see the top rate rise to 39.6%. Similarly, there was no detailed discussion of entitlement cuts, Pelosi said, or even of the scope of the savings that the group hopes to achieve. Obama began the meeting by telling pool reporters that Americans want action from government leaders instead of political bickering. The session lasted a little more than an hour. Speaking publicly afterward, Boehner said he outlined a framework that deals with reforming our tax code and reforming our spending in a way that is consistent with the president's call for a fair and balanced approach. The GOP side agreed to put revenue on the table as long as it's accompanied by significant spending cuts, he said. While we're going to continue to have revenue on the table, it's going to be incumbent for my colleagues to show the American people that we're serious about cutting spending and solving our fiscal dilemma, Boehner told reporters. And I believe that we can do this and avert the fiscal cliff that's right in front of us today. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell RKY added, "We're prepared to put revenue on the table provided we fix the real problem." He noted, however, that most of my members, I think without exception, believe that we are in the dilemma we're in not because we tax too little but because we spend too much.